Buncombe County has added several Toyota Prius hybrid coupes to the fleet of county vehicles. These hybrids use an electric motor backed up by a conventional gasoline engine. You'll find these cars easy to drive, easy to operate, roomy, and really quiet. And no, you don't have to plug them in. In this program, we'll take a look at how the Prius works. We'll show you some subtle differences in how you operate these environmentally friendly cars. And we'll finish up with a look at some useful features. Let's start with safety. As with any county vehicle, seatbelt use and properly sized child restraints are required to be used by all occupants. You'll notice a small vent grill on the passenger side of the back seat. Make sure it doesn't get covered up by a child seat or cargo. It's part of the vent system for the large battery. If you're in the bad habit of using only the inside mirror to check traffic for changing lanes, it will become a really bad habit in these and many other newer cars. If you use only the inside rear view mirror, you won't see cars that are just off your right side. Always do a head check and/or use the passenger side outside mirror. This really applies to all vehicles. Prius is equipped with a smart key system which might interfere with pacemakers or implanted defibrillators. You can disable smart key by pressing the key button under the steering column at the base. It's disabled when the key button is out, and it's on when the key button is in. We'll have more about smart key in a minute. Perhaps the first difference you'll notice is the key. This little module is a keyless entry interface and the ignition key. To start the Prius, place the key module in the slot just to the right of the steering column. You also have to press and hold the brake pedal, and then press the power button on the dashboard. After a self-test completes, a ready light will come up on the instrument cluster. Drive or reverse is selected by moving the gear selector out of its default position of neutral. The selector automatically returns to that default position. Your selected gear is displayed on the instrument panel. Now the gasoline engine may or may not start and run. Don't worry about that. If the ready light is on, you're ready to release the brakes, press the accelerator, and go. The engine starts and stops automatically. When you shift into reverse, a chime sounds to let you know that the car is in reverse, and the center screen begins showing real-time images from a rear-mounted camera. Notice the difference between the view out the back window and the view from the camera. It's most useful in making sure nothing's directly behind you before you back. The hybrid system on the Prius manages the electric and gasoline motor all automatically. All you have to do is select the gear and drive. The system automatically stops and starts the gasoline engine depending on the current driving situation. Notice how quiet it is when we pull up to this traffic light. It's almost as if something is wrong because there's no engine noise. Don't worry, when you press the accelerator it will go. You don't have to restart the engine. The system does all of that by itself. The energy monitor screen on the dash displays information on the running mechanism. It shows if the gasoline engine or electric motor or both are powering the car, and when the motion of the car is charging the electric motor's battery. The driver does not have to interact with this display. It's there for information only. Now, the gasoline engine picks up when needed and shuts off when needed, all automatically. You don't have to interact with it. Now, the battery for the electric motor is charged by the gasoline engine, and also charged when the car is coasting or braking. Watch the display as we coast to this stop sign. It shows the battery being charged by the motion of the car, so you don't have to plug it in. And again, notice how quiet it is sitting at the stop sign. As we pull away from the stop sign, the energy monitor shows the electric motor powering the car to begin with, and then the gasoline engine kicks in automatically to help out. Obviously, this is not a totally electric car. The gasoline engine is powered by gasoline. You put fuel in it just like you do any other gasoline-powered car, and there's a gas gauge on the instrument cluster. To park the Prius, first come to a complete stop. You select the park gear by pressing the park button located just above the gear selector. The display on the instrument cluster will show that you've got it in park. You turn everything off by pressing the power button, and then you can remove the ignition key from the slot. Don't forget to set the parking brake. We think you'll like how easy it is to operate the audio and climate control systems in the Prius. The radio can be turned on with the power button on the dash and can be controlled by the simple buttons on the steering wheel. The wheel buttons control the volume, and there's a digital readout of the volume level in the upper right-hand corner of the center screen. Same thing with changing the station using the buttons on the wheel. Upper right-hand corner of the center screen shows the station selected when you change it. The audio system can also be controlled with a center touchscreen. It allows you to program station presets and displays station and programming data. It's probably not a good idea to mess around with this while you're driving. Buttons on the steering wheel can also be used to control the heat and air conditioning system. Press the auto button to engage the system, and then the up-down buttons to set the temperature that you want. The upper right-hand corner of the center screen shows the selected temperature when you're making changes and displays the outdoor temperature when you're not pushing buttons. The climate control system can also be controlled by the center touchscreen. You simply touch the item you want to change or select. Again, the easiest way to control heat and AC is with the buttons on the steering wheel. Earlier in the video, we mentioned the Smart Key system. With Smart Key enabled, you can leave the key module in your pocket. The car senses the key module's proximity and unlocks the doors when you grab the door handle. And you can power up the car and drive it with the key module in your pocket while you're seated in the driver's seat. Now, to lock the doors with the Smart Key on, you just push the little black button on the door. Smart Key has to be turned on in order for this feature to work. You find the key button at the base of the steering column and press it in order to enable Smart Key. There's more about the Smart Key system in the owner's manual. We were really impressed with the many storage features in the Prius. There's a big cup holders in the doors. There's a double glove compartment. There's a storage compartment on the dash. Double cup holders in the console. And a hidden storage compartment on the bottom of the front console. The rear trunk area storage is huge too. We think you're going to enjoy driving the Prius and hope that you'll be proud that county government is taking such a proactive step to not only reduce our reliance on foreign oil, but protect the environment as well. If the Prius is any example, the future of hybrids and alternative fueled vehicles is bright, easy, and powerful. For more details on any of the features of the Prius, see the owner's manual in the car. Thanks for watching. Drive safe.